having more fun than anyone.
Billy here with RetireEarlyLifestyle.com. Like I mentioned earlier, we're back in Anzio, Italy. We came back here. This is our second trip this year, 2023. We went back to Mexico, spent 3 months there. Casey went up to the States for a month. I hung out in Chapala, and we wanted to come back to southern Italy again to get some things done that we didn't get the first time. So, you know, there's a learning curve the first trip anywhere, and now we've got this place wired. This is my first experience with being in the Mediterranean Sea. I've never done that. I've swam in the Atlantic, the Pacific, the South China, the Sea of Bengal, I believe is what it's called, off the western coast of Thailand. And Australia, down in Australia, Manly Bay. In the Caribbean Sea, off of many of the islands down there in the Caribbean, including Nevis, West Indies. So I've been in quite a few seas. And I'm out here in the water now. I wanted to show you what I'm seeing. This is the coastline of Anzio. And I'm going to make a brief history of this. Try not to get too deep in the weeds here. But this was a major battle in World War II. You've all heard of Normandy and the beaches of Normandy. Well, this beach here was also a landing spot. This happened actually earlier than Normandy for the Allied troops to push the Germans back out of Italy. And so this right here where I'm standing, they've got a World War II museum here. We went in there and they've got you know, big troop landing carriers, whatever. I'm not sure. Navy guys, please don't bust me on this stuff. But troop carriers or these landing craft where the front opens up and the guys come out. And these obviously these buildings have been all rebuilt, but these things were all bombed out shells back from the newspaper clippings we saw. So this was a major deal. This is a big deal here. Anzio's Landing is what this is called during World War II. And if you're a history buff and you have any interest in it, you might take a look at it. We did some stories on it on our website, RetireEarlyLifestyle.com. If you put Anzio into the search bar, you'll get some pictorials and videos that we've done of this place. But anyway, I'm out here. I'm gonna zoom in here. I'll show you where our hotel is. It's kind of bright out here, so I'm okay. You can see the blue place with a rooftop bar. That's right across the street from our hotel. And if you look past there to the three stories with the top on the blue, kind of bluish gray building, that's our hotel. And if you down on the first floor, if you can see the awning that's there on the right hand side of the building, that's the room next to us. The one without the awning that's open is our room. And we've got a great view, and we chose that room because we can take the steps up to it. There is an elevator in the hotel, but it's good for us to take the steps. Kind of maintain some sort of physical discipline. This was back before World War II. Now I'm going to take you back a little further with a little bit of history that I know. This is called Nero Beach. You've heard of Nero fiddling when Rome burned. Well, this was his beach. And this was part of his villa was over there just on the other side. You might see Acacia walking into the video here. She stayed on shore to. She's not as much of a swimmer as I am, but anyway, just those. You can see those caves there, and I'll show you around here. There's some caves behind those umbrellas over there. This is all part of Nero's villa. Massive structure. I mean, how they built this stuff back in the Roman days, I have no idea. Well, they put the Colosseum together, so these guys had some architectural abilities, obviously. It's just fascinating to be here and seeing these things firsthand. It's living history, and to me, I don't know. I'm just a kid out of Ohio, you know. Read about this stuff in school books. My My father was in World War II, as Acacia's father was in World War II. My father was stationed he was in the Army Air Force in England. And Acacia's father was, I'm not sure what division he was in, but he was in India. So he was not in the Navy, I know that, but so he must have been Army of some sort. But fascinating, and neither one of our parents really talked about this much. Talked about World War II. My father was he calibrated bombardier sights on planes that flew out of England, and I would imagine my father met a lot of what they called flyboys back then that he never saw again. I'm sure that was the last trip they came. Here in Anzio, there is a graveyard that's dedicated to the Americans and Brits. We visited one yesterday, or a couple days ago when we came into town. Our driver was polite enough to stop and let us take a look at it. And all total, my understanding is there was 6,000 Allied forces, American and British, lost their lives here and gave it all to their country. It was a little bit, I got to say, it was somewhat difficult. I've been to Arlington when I was very young, too young to appreciate it, with my parents. Arlington National Cemetery in Washington D.C. But this was touching. When you see these grave markers with kids that are 19, 20, 21 years old, you know, they gave it all for their nation. It just, I don't know how to explain it. It was touching to me. With today's war, what's going on with Ukraine and Russia, it just seems senseless to me. These young men are being killed over there for what reason? I don't want to get into politics, but it just seems insane to me that this can't be worked out. These two leaders sit down somewhere and figure this out. I mean, it's, we're beyond this kind of crap, in my opinion. Excuse my language, but it frustrates me. Anyway, I don't want to get off on that tangent. You can see it's beautiful here. I'll pan around a little bit more here. This is on the other side of this, those buildings out there. Let me pan back in again here. On the other side of those is the harbor, and there's many ship boats, I should say, sailboats and stuff over there. I don't know if you can see in the picture. There's a guy over here. He's got a snorkel and mask on. I think he might be diving for something, mussels or clams. I don't know. Maybe he's just hanging around. But you can see here a sailboat's going out. I'm shooting towards the sun now, so there's a sailboat without its sails up. Beautiful setting here. The harbor's loaded with sailboats. Just beyond that, over there. I'll come back out again. Pardon me if I'm moving around, shifted around a little bit. So you get an idea here. Anzio, Italy. It's about an hour south of Rome. And what I'm relating it to is where we live in Mexico. Chapala, Mexico, is about 1 hour south of Guadalajara. Guadalajara is where the main airport is in the region, international airport. And so it's easy for us to fly in and out of there. And Chapala, to us, is much more civil in that it's less trafficked. Less traffic and just calmer. Guadalajara, big city, big city. A lot going on. You get anything you want there, but and people like it. People like the city life, and it's just we prefer smaller places. We found Anzio the last time when we came here. We decided to skip Rome since we saw it in 1979, and so we came straight here to Anzio because we wanted someplace to get over jet lag. Just the same as this time. We hit us hard last night, but we're good now. So we wanted a smaller place on the coast because the coast of Italy is gorgeous, and so that's why we're here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please share it with your friends. Anyone coming to Europe or Italy, this is definitely worth scouting out. And take a look at our website again, retireearlylifestyle.com. Acacia and I were fortunate in that we retired young, and we've been traveling the world. We're into our 33rd year of this financial independence lifestyle, and we love it. We have been we are, I don't know, we're always learning. We love to learn about new places and the history of the place, and and whatnot. So have a look at our website. We got a lot of information there, not just on travel, but on financial stuff as well. As I was in the financial services industry, and we owned a restaurant, so food is a major factor for us. We're both foodies, and I was a trained French chef, and so we definitely get into the food scene here in Italy. That is for sure. Last night we had a fabulous time out. Some little cafe we found. Just lovely, absolutely lovely here. Okay, this is getting a little long in the tooth. You can see they're doing some construction up the hill there. We're going to visit the restaurant that's right to the left of that construction. The video right under the Faro lighthouse. Excuse me, languages and words. Yeah. So anyway, we're going to visit that restaurant up there tomorrow. They're closed today. So anyway, I wanted to let you know where we are here, what we're seeing. I only wish my parents were alive to see us over here, but that's that's the circle of life. And feel free to contact us anytime you want. The retireearlylifestyle.com. Our contact information's on there. It's another day in the life of Billy and Acacia from the beaches of Anzio, Italy. retireearlylifestyle.com.
1991, the critics said it couldn't be done. Wanted to retire while they were still very young. Selling everything, now they have a life in the sun. Having more fun than anyone. Traveling the world to faraway places. Eating strange food, putting in their paces. Hanging out in Mexico, making lots of friends. It's a lifestyle, they'll live it to the beautiful end. You see, it didn't take long, living the dream. It's easier now than it ever seemed. It didn't take long, let them show you how. So that you too can retire now. That was 4 decades ago.